top level CEOs and heads of procurement. Yes,
LinkedIn.
where they have no physically.
Can I?
Where they have
Who are you? This is a
She gave something. You have to attend debates.
What's
where people are your audience are
You
like
know the number of people held a landmark every month.
But you know something, the CEO may not be your customer. He may not be the one making the decision.
You know,
He may be head of procurement.
Those know where they are.
Even the head of procurement may not be your customer. So I'll explain to you. The person who needs that thing probably heads a different department. There's the person who pays and then there's the user. But the user always initiates, do you understand, the demand. Procurement is probably dealing with everything from office rents to everything. So they are just looking at it from a pure numbers thing. In fact, if you talk to procurement, they may not even do the deal with you because they also know it's not. Have you met with procurement people? It's not in our budget. They're always slashing. Default mode, they're always slashing. It's not in the budget. They are cost custodians. That's their job. That's exactly. So you talk to them. His KPI is 20% savings on last year's cost. So you talk to
some people get a portion of whatever they're able to save.
Thank you very much. So you talk to that guy, like dead on arrival. But you talk to that person, MD's guest has to go with souvenirs. That's the person you need to talk to.
Who? Sorry.
I'm just saying, depending on the kind of organization.
Brand and communication must
Brand and communication must be paid.
The right inside person.
The right is you even need to get into organization and first of all ask
understand who
takes the decisions here. Bro, it might even be the PA to the MD
Yes.
that is taking decisions. And that's the person you need to enter. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example. My mom was a government contractor for a very long time, right? Even till now, the woman will be retired. Do you understand? And let me tell you, she would parley with all the gate men, secretaries, and everything, right? You see, the DGs of government parastatals, this one, they are crazy. They don't come to work until past 4. And the reason why they do that is everybody that's come to look for them from morning till 4, they go. When they go, they now come through. There was even one I saw. We did something for Ministry of Aviation. The minister's vehicle convoy left Federal Secretariat in Abuja. We were supposed to do something in the minister's office. So when the convoy left, we now went and said, let's do. The man said, no, the minister is around. The convoy just left.
So people will live with the
Convoy is signaling. I don't know.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But there will be somebody there that will tell you that the minister has not left. If the minister is the person you want to see. And it's usually a low-level staff. They are not very. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That kind of
I asked
thing.
that question because for the most part, most of the companies I've worked with, most times it's the MDs that tell me who to talk to if they are not the ones handling it.
That's
They
what
tell
you
me
say.
to.
You direct to the person who will do the paper.
It's basically
It's
shooting
the
you up.
same thing.
So
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Sometimes they're just like they can't. They don't have the bandwidth for this.
It also depends because
Power.
you see MD is in size and level.
Yeah.
Me, I'm an MD like this. Now we need to talk about MD.
Florence, who live with to get us here? Who to get us here?
I spoke with the
Talk.
MD.
She spoke with the MD, that's Wale. She spoke with the MD, and he just said, "Oh, SME, I'll tell you who he gave you a contact."
He didn't even respond.
Okay,
Somebody else now called me.
okay. So the person that called you was from the MD's office, and ordinarily, what that means is that we must give you attention. Oh, but guess what? It doesn't work like that. Now, what that meant was that you get a meeting. It doesn't mean that when you get that meeting,
You strike it.
it's automatically get a
Yeah.
meeting.
Exactly.
Now, when you came in, the person who asked us to give that show was our own ED, and also our own Oga. You get? So there's a person that was recommended by the MD. So this is a serious person. We know what. Let's see what the person has to offer. But guess what? If me sitting down here says this is not going to fly, it will not fly.
Bam. He's the decision maker.
That's true.
He's the decision maker.
Because my job is to lead sales and acquisition SME space in Nigeria. So if I say she has a good brand, but ish, not our style. That's where it ends.
Yeah.
So whatever you do with whatever you say to the MD,
It doesn't matter.
will change that decision.
Yeah.
Because the MD doesn't have the bandwidth.
Let me just corroborate what you said. Let me corroborate what you said. Because there's always a way to call the bluff of the MD.
Yes.
Like I want to say to you, I'm doing the same thing. I'm the head of sales SME Creative. So we wanted a t-shirt for my sales force all over the country. And of course, I got a gentleman who used to be my control person who is now in corporate services. He has his own vendor. Because I have time to sit down with that vendor, I have time to choose this material, I have time to choose this, I have time to do that, I was comfortable. Now, brand and communication heard that we wanted to do a t-shirt. So they felt the best thing they could do was to get the design, do everything, and send to the MD. Now, we heard that SME wants t-shirt, and this is the brand, and this is one of our vendors. So I was out of office. I think I went on vacation 5 days, and I just heard that the mail came in, and MD said the t-shirt he wanted to do, they needed to get it done, and we needed 1,000 copies, and everything. And I laughed. And the corporate service guy, who is my friend, called me and said, "Moshood, but I thought we agreed on this thing. I heard that brand of communication." I said, "Don't worry, when I'm ready, I'll come." So I came and I sat and I saw my group called me and said, "Moshood, how far will the request?" I said, "Man, I've looked at that request, or the request will not." She said, "Well," I said, "because the shirt they just proposed to me and the design and everything is the one we wear inside the office. The people I'm doing my shirt for are those who is going to do mass market and storm in the market. And I want something that would not have sweat staining them." So, not because, the option is, if I don't have another person, if I want to go with it, all I need to do is to call that vendor and say, "Can you give me another design that will do this?"
Yeah.
So in essence, as I was giving the response why that will not work, that design will not work, I was actually saying, I've actually talked to another person who is a corporate service and this is also a vendor, and I'm taking it off. So most time I agree with them. Not that you're coming for him, it means the deal with deal. You just need to know the person who is standing there. Because it's that last person, the end user, that will tell you what I want and what I don't want. And most times, I will say this, there is no formula to it. There is no formula to say this is the person that called the shop. It might be the driver of the MD, it might be the friend of the MD, it might be the brother, it might just be anybody. You just need to identify them because once you identify that person,
There's something you said now. Sorry, there's something you said